Microphone's on. Start button, and I think we are live. I think we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. As always with these live streams, let me know if you can hear me and you can see me okay. And welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Pioneer Rails from Dranda Games, which is on Kickstarter right now, designed by Matthew Dunstan and Jeffrey Allers. And I'm not going to be doing the teach today. Simon has come all the way here from deepest, darkest Birmingham.
Deepest, darkest. Yeah. That's one way to put it.
Simon works for Dranda Games. You are the publisher of this game. Aidan's watching, so you've got to be on your best behaviour.
I'll try my best, yeah.
And it's fair to say you are a developer of this game?
Yeah, so Aidan,
a little bit.
Aidan and I have shared development duties, but yeah, Matt and Jeff came to us for such a great game already, but
it didn't need a huge
amount of development.
Yeah. Okay. I first saw this game at UK Games Expo last year, but it's been delayed for Kickstarter reasons, but it is live right now.
Right now, yeah.
And the Kickstarter's doing okay?
Live funded, yeah.
Excellent.
Over 300% funded.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Yeah,
okay. So for the full details of the game, check out the Kickstarter page with all sorts of things on there. You've got stretch goals and things like that?
Yeah, we've got stretch goals, social goals, every other goal.
There you go. So check that out. I'm doing this video today to help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you want to play and whether you want to back it or not. So yeah, big thank you to Dranda Games for sponsoring this video, but also a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. Other than that, I'm going to hand you over to Simon. We're going to be doing a full teach of the game. Now, if you are one of my Patreon supporters, check your email, because this morning Simon gave me permission to share the PDF of these player boards with you, which means you can play along at home. Don't worry if you haven't got that printed now. You can just pause this video and watch it back later. But as a special thank you to my Patreon supporters, you've got access to this. Please don't share it. It's just for today's playthrough. But you said the game comes with 2 player boards, which are different. Yeah, we're going to be using the desert one today.
We're using the desert one, yeah, which is the slightly easier of the two, because in the forest map you've got some bandits which you need to capture, and sometimes they can escape and cause trouble. So.
Okay, so I'll hand over to you. I don't know anything about the game other than it's a flip and write.
Yeah. And
you said it'll take about 45 minutes.
That's it.
And it's got poker in it, and it's got cowboys.
Yeah.
That's it.
And trains.
And trains. That's the extent of my knowledge. So, I'm sure you've demoed this game a lot.
I have, yeah.
Right, off we go.
You can have a break now.
I can have a break. I'll have a snooze.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is Pioneer Rails. In Pioneer Rails, you play as a railroad tycoon in the Old West who's set about to extend their tracks across the region. And what you're going to do is extend your tracks to connect these features to your train stations, which is going to score you lots of different points in different ways. So there's many paths to victory, and yeah, as you go through, you've got these goals to complete. You'll do it over. I should have a pointy stick, shouldn't I?
There you go. Have a pointy stick. I gave him a pointy stick and then stole it off him.
Yeah, so you've got these goals to complete, which you're competing against other players with. And yeah, so
obvious questions before we start. Is the star the victory points?
The star is a victory
point. Okay, so these goals are worth 10 or 5.
Yeah. And
these were 3 that were chosen at random at the start of the game?
That's right, yeah.
And they're fixed?
Yes, they're fixed for the whole game.
Right,
There's one of each type, so there's a sheriff, a ranch, and a train goal.
And how many of each are there in the game?
So we're unlocking a few more through stretch goals.
Oh, right, okay.
There are currently 12 in the game.
Yep.
So there's a reasonable amount of variability there and replayability.
Okay.
They all, I mean, I've got a few more.
But that's just one way of scoring points.
Just one of the ways, yeah. Exactly. So there's many different paths to victory, and you can kind of choose which route you want to go based on either what the goals are or what you fancy trying.
You could ignore them and do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
So the way the game works, we've got this deck of poker cards here. It's not a full deck. We've got the 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace in every...
The best ones.
Yeah, the best ones. And each round, each turn, we're going to flip over 3 of them. And then one player is going to be the dealer. In this case, we'll start with you,
okay.
Paul. You're going to choose one of those cards, and then you're going to use the cards to extend your tracks and build a poker hand. So, starting with a poker hand, you're only going to use the values on the cards. So you've got the values at the top.
Yep.
You're not going to worry about the suits building a poker hand. So let's say you chose this one.
So I would take this. This would go into my hand.
Yep. and the remaining players will be able to choose from the remaining.
From the
two.
remaining card.
They
Right.
don't draft the card. They leave it there in the centre, and everybody can choose from those values.
Right.
So
But,
if you-
I perform this action
Yeah,
and I get this card. Pete can perform either of those two actions,
Yeah.
but doesn't get the card.
exactly.
And then Rob can do either of those actions and doesn't get the card.
Exactly.
And then the card's clear and it's Pete's turn?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the value is used to build a poker hand. Oh, and if you're playing along at home, usually if you're playing a game with more than 4 players, you just discard the first card that comes out, and then everybody chooses from the remaining.
Oh,
two.
okay.
So there's like a sort of almost like a pretend dealer
Right.
in that case.
So for those people playing along at home, the active player, ignore that card. It's the 2 that are left.
Exactly.
Right, okay. Thank you.
And usually when you're playing along with a much higher player count, we do something different with the goals as well, but I'll explain that.
Yeah, because it says 1 to 99 on the box, I think.
Yeah, 1 to 80.
1 to 80?
That's because how many sheets were included
Oh, right,
in the game. So if you had the print and play files, which are also available on the Kickstarter,
Yes.
Theoretically it's
1
unlimited.
to
so.
unlimited, yeah, okay.
So yeah, back to the poker hands. So you'll draft a card, you'll use the card's value to build a poker hand. So here on your sheet, you've
Let me
got
just zoom in on your
yeah.
your sheet there.
There we go. So here on the sheet, you've got different rows, and when you draft a card, you write the value into one of those rows. You don't get to switch between the rows. You have to, start from the top left, and that's the row for round 1.
Right, okay.
And you've got round 2, round 3, and round 4.
Yeah.
And you're trying to build the best poker hand you can. So a pair will score you 1 point. 2 pairs will score you 2 points. You can't really see that because it's quite small.
Yeah.
3 of a kind will score you 3 points. A full house will score you 4 points. A straight, so that's a 10, jack, queen,
Yep.
king, and ace of any suit, will score you 5 points. And then 4 of a kind, which
Is
is the
6
best,
points.
which is 6 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're only worried about the value there, not about the suit.
Right.
What you're going to use?
Do I actually take the card itself, or do I just write it in there and then discard the card?
You can write it in there and discard the card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Effectively, as the dealer, you're taking it.
Yeah.
And removing the option from other players. So whether you put that there in front of you
Yeah.
to remind you or put it there, it doesn't really make
Okay.
a huge difference.
But I write. So if I took
So-
that, I'd put ace there.
Yeah.
So you've got first choice and you've got exclusive use of that card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then you'll all take that dealer role
Mhm.
throughout the game.
Yeah.
As we go. So that's what you use the value for, and then the suit of a card is used to extend train tracks from your train station.
Right. Shall we zoom in on your board again?
Yeah. This is where the real meat of the game is.
Right. So you've got 4 stations on your board, 1 for each suit.
Yeah, so they're all sort of color coded as well to the suit. So,
Yep.
What you're going to do every time you every turn, you're going to draw 3 tracks. So, let's say I was the dealer in this case.
Yep.
I took this.
Let's say you chose the diamond.
Ace of diamonds. Yeah. I would draw 3 tracks from the diamond station. So, for example, I could go 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And the goal of what I'm trying to achieve here is to connect these features to the stations. So these features all have different numbers on them.
Mm-hmm.
So this gold mine, for example, has a number 1. And that means that I've completed that gold mine, so I can cross it off and I can circle a gold up here.
Right. Which is worth 1 point at the end of the game each, it looks like.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these have different scoring abilities on them.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. The gold has 1 point at the end of the game. So there's, like I said, various features across the map. So ranging from features which only use 1 to complete, and right up to the forts, and the forts need 4 lines around them to complete. So
So when you say 4 lines around them, it
Yeah.
like literally 4 lines.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
okay.
So like, if I wanted to complete the fort, I would have to go
Right. Okay.
like this,
And then once it's done that,
And
you've
once it's
completed
done,
it, and you
you cross
mark
off.
off the fort on,
and I would mark off the
which
fort.
is lots of points.
Yeah, it's increasing points for forts as you go. So
Right.
the one on the right hand side is the points you score.
Okay.
So that's how that works. You use the value for the poker hand, and you use the suit to build your train tracks. So you're building 3 train tracks at a time.
Yep.
And yeah, as soon as you complete a feature, you mark it off on the right hand side. So I'll go through what each of those features do now. So we've got gold mines. Gold mines, like you noticed, are worth 1 point at the end of the game.
Yep.
Gold mines also have a second function, which happens when you activate a bank. So you'll see there's some banks across the map as well, which need 3 to
Yep.
complete. Once you complete a bank, you will cross off up to 4 gold, and then you will multiply that gold by the multiplier in the bank,
Right.
in the leftmost bank.
Okay.
So you'll notice that I've actually written on
You've
these.
tweaked it, yeah.
I've tweaked it.
So what is it now? It's now
It's
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
Right.
Yeah. So if I cross, so let's say later on in the game I've got 3 gold.
Yep.
And then I go and visit a bank. So let's say up here, right? That's that gold, that bank,
And another
and
gold to the
another
left.
gold
Yep.
there. So yeah, as soon as I complete that bank, I cross off the gold.
Oh, so you've circled it before.
Yeah.
That means you've got access to it. You're now crossing it off, and you
Yeah.
can't cross off what isn't circled. Right.
That's
Okay.
right, yeah. And then I would get 6
Because
points
you crossed 3 off.
for that. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
But you can have up to 4.
Yeah.
So that's gold and banks. That's how they work.
So getting a bank before you've got the gold is useless.
Yeah.
But getting the gold is good anyway, but it's even better when you put the gold in a bank.
That's right.
Who'd
yeah.
have thought? Right, okay. Forts.
Forts are so
Points.
it takes forts are points, yeah,
Yeah.
and points are prizes. 4 lines around the edge of a hex to complete the fort.
Yep.
And then you get the rightmost points
At the end of the
at the
game.
end of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you circle from left to right.
So it's not 4, then plus 12, and then plus 24. It's 4. And then if you've got 2, it's 12 instead of 4. And if you've got 3, it's 24 instead of...
Correct.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Bang on. So we've got cattle. So cattle work a little bit differently. Cattle are, you see these hexes around which have little cows on.
Mhm.
You'll notice they're a little bit different because they don't have any numbers on them.
Yeah.
Now, the way they work is you have to try and separate them from other cattle ranches to activate them.
Okay.
Okay, so I've actually done an example of this already here. So the border around cattle, which you can use to create a create a ranch, can be the river, the edge of a map, the mountains, and of course the train tracks, which you're
Right.
doing. So here we have I'm just going to show for an example. This area here is separated from all other areas because it has the mountain,
The mountain there, the edge of the
map,
board there, the river
the
there.
river, and this train track.
Right. So that cattle is on its own.
Exactly. So because it's on its own, I can circle one
Right.
cattle.
Okay.
And you're going to try and do that for all the cattle which are dotted around. So to separate, like I've already started up here, to separate this cattle,
Mhm.
I would need to somehow come to the edge of a map probably, or to the river down here
Right.
to
Okay.
separate it.
Nice.
And again, you get the rightmost points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So you can get up to 40 points for that. So it can be quite lucrative if you manage to separate them all.
Yeah.
So we've got the the rail yards one here.
Mhm.
I'm going to come back to that
Okay.
because first I'm going to explain towns. So as we get towards the edge of a map, you'll see that there's these towns dotted around.
Yeah.
And there's some in the centre as well. So this represents connecting your railroad to far off distant towns. And what that's going to get you is 1 point at the end of the game,
Mhm.
again, just like gold. But it also gets you a special ability.
Right.
You'll notice you start off with one.
Yeah, one of them
pre-circled.
circled already. Yeah.
That's because you have access to one of these special abilities at the start of the game.
Okay.
So if I connected to another one up here, so I've got a town up here I've connected to,
Yep.
I cross off this,
You
and I can
circle that.
circle another one.
Okay.
Now, as soon as the line reaches a town, it's terminated. So you
Right.
can never extend through a town again.
Okay.
So once you've connected to it, that's it. No more extending from that
Yeah.
way.
Quick question about building tracks. Can you branch off
So
in later turns or
you,
not?
you can.
You can,
Yes.
right, okay.
But that's a great question because it's about to be explained
right, okay.
by the town ability. So there's 5 different town abilities.
Yeah.
You can't usually do the things which the town abilities let you do, but
Right.
if you cross off one of these towns at any point in your turn,
Yeah.
you can then do one of those abilities.
Okay. Build a bridge.
Yeah, exactly. Build
Yeah.
a bridge across the river.
Build through mountains.
Build through mountains. Yeah,
Change a suit to another suit.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have to be the one printed there? It can just be anything.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Ooh.
I'm going to see if,
I mean,
see how good our
well,
iconography is now.
you build from point to point. You build through a hex,
Yeah, a shortcut.
a
exactly.
shortcut, right? That fifth one is branching off.
Yeah.
So you can, but only by crossing off by using a city ability.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
normally you build a track and then you extend off the end of it.
Yeah.
But that ability allows you to extend. And
Yeah.
the last one.
The last one's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So far, the iconography has not failed you. Actually, I'm quite impressed.
I think if I thought about it,
Well, that
for another 10 minutes, but
yeah.
that doesn't make a very good live stream, does it?
That last one's in a circle.
Yes.
That means it happens when you do any of these bonuses. It just
Right.
means you get an extra track. So you get to draw 4 tracks this round instead of the usual 3. So when you cross off a town, not only do you get to do one of these special abilities,
You also get an
mentioned,
extra build.
You also get an extra track.
Right, okay. So it's so that one you don't so you don't ever cross these abilities off. You could do the same ability multiple times. You're
Yes.
crossing the city off.
That's right.
Also in the town.
You're
Right.
crossing the town, the circle, already circled town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to have reached the town first, except for that
Except for
first
that one. Yeah.
which lets you do one for free.
Okay.
Yeah, so cross off a town, get to do one of those abilities, plus you get to draw an extra track.
Right.
So I mentioned about towns, lines terminating at
Yeah.
towns. The reason I wanted to come back to that was because we've got this network scoring ability here. So to show you that, I'm going to pre-fill in a little bit more of my sheet to show you what it might look like at the end of a game. So this way. So here we have a network which has been built up throughout the game.
Right.
All of these lines terminate at the town, but you'll notice here that we have the 2 stations terminating at the same town.
Yeah.
That connects those 2 stations
Right.
and makes a network.
Okay.
So now this network consists of 4 towns.
Right. So this town here.
Yep.
So when you were building from here, you would have had to stop there.
Yes,
And when you're building from here, you would have had to stop there.
that's right.
But what you've now done is you've joined them together.
Yeah, and joining them together if you can play correctly, you can get a good network score from that as well. So let's say I had branched off here and completed that rail yard. I would circle here, and that
Yeah.
gives me a multiplier for the number of towns in my largest network.
Right. Okay.
So here my largest network's 5. I would get multiplier
Right,
times
okay.
3, and that would get me 15 points at the end
Got
of the
it.
game. And if you manage to connect, obviously another station up here,
Yeah.
and then that station could then go to, and you can see how that
Yeah.
connects
Yeah.
below.
Yeah. Okay. But again, if you've got a massive network with loads of towns, it's not worth anything unless you have.
Unless you've already
Built some of
crossed off some of those rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one more feature which is not listed down the side here. It's the saloons. Now the saloons will actually, when you complete a saloon, you circle the ×2 symbol next
Yep.
to the poker hand, and that means you can double that poker hand.
Right. Okay.
You can never go back in time and double the previous poker hand. So
Oh, so you have to do the doubling before you finish it.
yes,
It's like bidding.
yeah. So
Right, okay.
you could do the one on the first round, and then you could also do a second saloon on the first round and circle a future one. But at the end of a round, as soon as you've completed a round, you cross off any ones which you haven't completed.
Right.
So you have to get to the saloon if you during the round which you have a good hand.
Okay. Right.
The last thing is over here. So
goals.
The goals, yeah.
Yeah. So these are the 3 goals that we've randomly dealt out. So we've got a sheriff one, we've got a cowboy one, is it?
Yeah.
And we've got a railway one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the 3 goals are a race. So at the end of every turn, you're going to check and see if you've completed one of these goals. Well, once you've completed one, you're going to announce it.
Yeah.
And if you've completed it, you get the 10 points.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has to cross off the 10 points on their sheets.
Right. So they can still get the 5 later in the game, but they can't get the 10.
Yeah, and anyone can get the 5 thereafter. So
Okay.
Can you get 5 if you've already got the 10?
no, because you've already
completed it. So this is 3 saloons.
Yep.
It's fairly easy, that one. This one is... Ooh. Well, there's a little house symbol with a 3 underneath it.
Yeah.
And the houses with the 3 underneath it are the train ones.
Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not that.
Yeah,
On the
I'll let
Come on.
you. I'll put you out your misery. It means completing a building with 2 stations. So here we have 1 station and another
Oh,
station.
right. Okay.
So 2 different lines from different
So
stations.
when a building has been completed with lines from 2 different stations,
Exactly.
you get wow. Okay, right. So you
Yeah.
need to come at something from
From
2 different sides
angles.
to get that.
Yeah. It
Then-
doesn't have to be a value free.
Right.
So
Okay.
It could be any. That's just an example because you've got 3 tracks here.
Right. Got it. And then 6 towns.
Yeah, connect
the last
6
one.
towns. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So seems fairly clear. And then you just at the end of the game you add up these points.
That's right. Yeah.
So just to clarify, then it's 5 rounds. Did you say 4 rounds?
Yeah, 4 rounds
4
of 5
rounds
turns.
of
So,
5 turns.
so we're going to do 5 turns. Each turn, someone takes turns to be the dealer.
Right.
That will basically get us through these cards.
Right.
And at the end of every round, we reshuffle these and put them back here.
Right,
And
but-
go again.
I only write in here when I'm the thing, or do I write in when I choose one of the other 2 cards?
You write in whenever you
Right.
choose.
Oh, okay. Got it. Right. Any questions? Well, I assume it's simultaneous play-ish.
Yeah,
But we
so-
probably don't want to for the first couple of turns.
Sure.
We'll probably play individually and we'll explain what we're doing until we've got the hang of it.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
So connecting to a town,
Mhm.
you put a circle around it,
Yeah.
and you've already started with 1.
Yeah.
And then when you want to spend that point to do one of these things,
Mhm.
bridge, mountains, etc., you then put a cross through it.
That's right. Yeah.
So you don't have to spend it immediately when you get it. You can save it up and use it later.
That's right. Yeah.
Rachel's playing along at home and Rachel's got a question. Do you get points, for example, gold at the end, even if it's been crossed out for a bank? Good
Yes,
question.
It
You
is
do.
a good question, and you do, and the
Right.
same with towns as well.
Same with towns. So if you use the ability of a town, it's still worth a point at the end of the
Yeah.
game.
Exactly.
There you go.
Great question, Rachel.
Right. Let's make a start then.
Yeah.
And see how we get on. So we've shuffled the deck. We deal out 3 cards.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the colours aren't important for making a poker hand, but the colours are important from which one you want to build from.
Yeah.
So if I take the ace,
Mhm.
so I'm going to write an A in here. So I've taken an ace.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to build 3 tracks from clubs.
Yeah.
So clubs is down here. I've no idea. So when you've played this game loads,
Yeah.
presumably you will come up with ideas about what you want to do and where you want to build from.
Yeah, I suppose what always guides me when I play it, having played it, dozens
A lot,
and dozens
yeah.
of times, is the goals.
Is the goals.
So that's the thing that's always different every game. Or if I just fancy trying a different strategy, like last time I played a big network game, this game I'm going to do
Right,
lots of
okay.
gold and banks and see how that goes.
So I've got 3 tracks and I'm building from here, and I could go 1 that way and 2 this way.
Yeah, you can split them in 1 turn. That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of different options in here, isn't there?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go. So there's a cow. Some cattle there. So I kind of want that cattle to become part of this. But I'm also looking at that objective. 2 things. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So what that's done is I have got 1 side of the gold.
Yeah.
So that's that gold done.
That's
So
right.
that goes there. I've got a gold. 1 point.
There you go.
Yay!
We're off to the races.
We are off. And then you 2. So this can be done simultaneously. Is you both write the queen in because they're both queens.
Yeah.
But you can now build from either clubs or diamonds.
I assume you have to go from all from one of.
Yes.
Yeah. You select a card and
Okay.
you build 3 tracks from
Right.
there. So if you 2 want to do it, you can do this simultaneously, and we'll just
Yep.
we'll just watch and know what you're doing. And then those cards disappear, don't they?
Yeah, and there's a little disc.
Oh, there's a discard over there. Right, okay.
That's probably a bad idea. So I circle this.
You can, yeah.
So you've got 2 lines around a casino.
Yeah.
So you've gone all in.
I always like to cross off the number as well, just to
Oh, yeah,
remind me that.
sure.
You've done
So I've separated off that ranch.
You have.
It
Yeah.
is separated.
So do I put a ring around that?
Yep, that's right.
So you've got one group of cattle on their own.
And then what do I do with cattle later on?
Nothing. I don't think. I think it's just
collect
points.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
collect your points. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. That's the first round.
We've got another question from James. Could you do the middle goal with a gold mine, or does it have to be something that needs 2 or more lines? I'm going to assume it needs 2 or more lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the gold mine is only completed with
Yeah.
1 mine. Yeah.
Right. First turn is done.
Yeah.
Pete, you are the dealer.
Okay. So that's the
That's the discard pile.
Do 3 cards to save you reaching.
Want a
Okay.
jack?
I think
A
I might.
jack
I think I might choose a jack.
or a jack?
I think I'm going to choose a jack.
But it's still an important choice because it's
Because-
what you want to build from.
Yep. If I take the diamonds, that means that Rob can't continue his diamonds expedition. So I can kind of influence what other people are doing
Yeah.
by that. Okay. So I don't have to write my jack in the same place. I could put it somewhere different.
No, you do.
It does have to be in the same
Oh,
place.
it's got to
yeah.
be in here.
Yeah.
So I've got to
So
somehow,
we've all got a jack for our second.
somehow I've got to make a hand out of a queen and a jack.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm just choosing a suit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do that then. Let's have a. Let's go spades.
So you remove the spades.
Yep.
So you now build on spades.
Yep.
And me and Rob can build on either diamonds or hearts.
Yep.
Are we okay playing simultaneously now?
Yeah.
If you've got any questions, obviously ask Simon.
I am here. Yeah,
Right
he's
here,
happy to
yeah.
help.
I think I'm happy with it. Yeah. I'm not sure it's a good strategy, mine, but
It's these town abilities that suddenly give you a million choices.
I suppose it's also suboptimal to put more than one more lines around something than you need to.
Certainly a gold mine, yeah.
actually, it's a bit late now. I've drawn a line that way, but actually it would have been better for me to go that way.
Yeah. This is not a game where undos are possible unless you laminate the board and
Well, in the actual game, we usually use pencils, but for the streaming, obviously, you kind of
pencils wouldn't show up on a live stream.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So no take backs then.
No take backs, unfortunately. It's a bit tricky to do.
3, so I get a gold. So I do that. My gold mine. And that's what I think all
If you cross a little line through, as long as you remember.
Oh, and I cross.
Yeah,
You haven't got
no.
Thanks.
Okay, let's. Okay, I'm gonna go 1. I'm planning on cutting this cattle off, so I want to go 2, 3. So I think I have cut this cattle off.
Yep.
So I circle that,
And you've also.
and I've also done a gold mine. So I've got another gold. And that's it.
Yep.
Okay, right. Oh,
It's going fast.
Got that one.
Yep.
That as well. You've actually got a choice.
you've got a choice.
Well, this is good for me because I'm working on diamonds at the moment, and those are 2 cards that I don't have. So I could go. There's a straight. Straight is an option, isn't it?
Yeah.
Straight is an option, but you need one of every card.
That's 5 different cards, is it?
Yeah.
Tricky, but I'm gonna have to go with one of these, and I don't already have one of those, so I'll just go with the
Okay.
of diamonds. So I put a king here.
Put the king there, and then you build from diamonds.
Okay, which is what I wanted to do. So I go 1, 2. So I get a bank. I get gold.
Yep.
And I get a city.
Yep.
Circled in addition to the one I've got.
In addition to it, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've still got 1 line
So
left. To
one
draw.
left. So I can go across here by using a city ability.
You can, yeah.
Um,
And then because you've done that, you also get an extra track.
right, yeah. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
go here,
Which is
get
another
another
town.
city.
Yeah.
But I cross this one off.
There you go.
Cross that off.
Question in the chat. Wondering if there'll be any more maps to buy separately later.
Yeah, so there is a forest map,
2 maps included in the game.
which is part of the deluxe edition only.
Okay.
But through stretch goals, we've already unlocked a second map. for
Oh, right,
desert
okay.
As well, so we have an alternate. So both of these maps have different mechanisms.
Right.
But there's 2 desert maps. So the new desert map has a big river up here and it has
Yeah.
some extra mountains instead. So it's the same rules but an alternate
Just a
layout.
different map.
And then we have this one in the deluxe version, which has different mechanisms like bandits and
Right.
different forts as well.
Okay. Right. So, queen or an ace. Now, at this point, if I take a queen, that's a third different card.
Mhm.
But that means I'm pretty much going for the straight.
Or 2 pair,
Or 2 pair.
but 2 pairs not that great.
No, I'm going to go for an ace. Which means I'm building from diamonds.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's that, and yeah, it's 2 different things, isn't it?
Yeah, so now you're starting to
Or
see
do I want to build from spades? No, we'll go with that. So I've taken an ace of diamonds, and I'm building from diamonds, and okay, so yeah, there's so many choices with these city abilities.
Mhm.
I like that shortcut idea. What happens if you use a shortcut goes point to point, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go 1, 2. Yeah, let's go 3. So that's got that there.
Yep.
So just to remind me on this, could I have circled a different one?
No, you have to.
I have to have circled the first one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
the,
got
ne-
it.
the next available one.
The next available.
Best way.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, the suits are, yeah, a bit hard to see on the screen. They are. So we'll read the suits out when we deal the cards out. Right. So it's back to me. So we've got a Jack of Clubs, King of Hearts, and the 10 of Diamonds, and it's me to choose, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, as you say, 2 pairs is not very good, but if there was an ace, that would have been great. There isn't. So I think the best one for me to take is the Jack. But then I am limited on building on clubs. But that's fine. So I'm going to take the Jack of Clubs. So for people playing along at home, you've either got King of Hearts or the 10 of Diamonds. So I've taken a Jack and we're building it out of clubs. Oh, no, I haven't done that yet. Right, clubs is down here. So what am I doing? I'm trying to surround this. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. So that's done. That's done. And I now circle this one.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're doing this simultaneously, aren't we?
Yep.
I'll take the 10.
10 of Diamonds. Pete's gone with the King of Hearts. So you've built out from Hearts.
So this one's finished, isn't it?
That one's separated, yeah.
Nothing else.
Okay, you two all done? Pete, you're the dealer.
Okay. 10, 10, ace.
10 of Hearts, 10 of Spades, and the Ace of Hearts. So yeah, there is a definite potential to look at what other people are collecting for their hands
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Where they go on the map, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, because none of them are good for Pete in terms of his poker hand.
And I was quite keen on staying with the same suit, but you know, it probably doesn't pay if you've got a better thing to build in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could be developing somewhere else, which is probably something you have to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stick to one suit for the whole game.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes there is an advantage to doing.
So for people playing along at home,
Yeah.
10 of Hearts or the Ace of Hearts. Well, I'm obviously going to have the Ace.
I bet you're both very happy with that, aren't you?
So that gets me a full house. Has that got you a straight?
Yeah.
It's got a straight. But we're building from Hearts.
It was not my plan, but
So, don't want to do the bank just yet. But I am going to go. We've got town down here, haven't we? So 1, 2, 3. That wouldn't quite be the town. it would be another gold. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I don't
These
get
rail
anything
yards
at the
are-
moment.
I've got 3 round a rail yard.
Mm-hmm.
Do I cross it off?
Circle, circle the
Circle.
this one. Yeah.
And that will now be ×3, your biggest network of towns multiplied by 3.
Which
Yeah.
at the moment is a network of 1.
That's right.
Okay. 1 times 3.
Okay.
I'm winning.
Well done. So, Rob, last turn for the first round.
So we get one more card picks than we.
No, you-
Oh, no,
you've
no,
done-
that's it.
you've
Sorry.
done-
That is it.
Okay.
So, what happens now is we score our hands.
Score
our
your poker hands,
So,
and
I've got full house, which is 4, but doubled, so I get 8. And Rob went all in.
I did. I was lucky.
You got 5, so doubled, you get 10 points.
Sorry, where's that going?
Just to the right there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. But does play just carry on going clockwise? So it would be me next?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so you just continue clockwise.
Yeah.
And I've demonstrated my game's genius. I've come up with a pair which is worth 1 point.
1 point.
Bad luck.
Right, up we go. Round 2. So we have the King of Diamonds, the Jack of Clubs, and the 10 of Diamonds. Okay, so. Let's have a look at where I want to build. Could you use a city ability and actually not use the ability
Yes.
just to get the extra build? You can.
You can just
Yeah,
get
okay.
So you get an extra build when you get a town, don't
Get
you?
an extra build. Did
Oh.
you miss?
when you use this hand.
Yeah, you get an extra build. Yeah, I mean at this stage of building the poker hands, anything's good.
So the only reason for choosing one of these is just for the ball position at this point, isn't there? Because they're
Yeah.
all the same likelihood.
Yeah. I mean there is a thing that if 2 jacks came out, then that means there are fewer jacks in the deck.
Right. Okay.
So
could
you
cut
might
out.
not.
Yeah.
You might want to pick the jack. Or, yeah. So there's a little bit there of what the other cards are.
Yeah.
I'm going to take clubs. So I've taken the Jack of Clubs. So Jack goes down there, and I'm going to build from clubs. And what's left is either the King of Diamonds or the 10 of Diamonds.
Yeah.
So from clubs.
That's often a good play to do is force other people to go to
Yeah.
diamonds.
Not give you any choice.
Mhm.
So, building 3. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Wrong button. That's the button I meant to press. So what I've done is I've built out from here. So I've started surrounding this fort, but I need 2 more lines around it to complete it.
Oops, can I cross
Just
that one off?
yeah.
Yeah.
That way instead.
But from this track, I can only build from that point, and from this track, I can only build from that point, unless I
Yeah.
branch off.
So you won't be able to meet them across that line there.
You're not allowed to join
Yeah.
Right,
Unless
okay.
the only place they can join is at the town.
at a town.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You 2 done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Pete, you're next.
So you reached across it.
Thank you.
So we got the Queen of Spades, the Jack of Spades, and the Jack of Diamonds.
I'll go with the Jack of Diamonds.
Okay. So for those people playing along, you've got either the Jack of Spades or the Queen of Spades. I'm going to have the Jack,
Yeah. Same.
and I'm building from Spades. I've not built from Spades before. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, which is a gold, which is a gold. Right, okay. I have to say as well, for anybody
Can't meet
who's...
I can't.
there. They can only meet at a town.
Right.
Oh, but no, those 2 are fine.
Oh, it's okay.
You can't join unless it's at a town.
Right. that's problematic. Because I probably wouldn't have gone that way at all. Do you mind if I don't do any of that stuff?
No, well,
As long as you remember it's not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can remember that.
Yeah, so normally you would be playing with a pencil and you can just rub it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or laminate it.
Or
dry,
laminated
dry,
back.
dry white.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I've got dry white in my pencil case because I'll rub it out. It doesn't look like it.
We all done?
Yeah.
So whose go was that? How's Pete's go? Yep.
Ace of diamonds, jack of hearts, queen of diamonds.
Which one would you want?
Well, I think I want diamonds. And it'd be the. This is where I need to look.
I don't look
It doesn't make a difference. I think I'll just take the queen.
Okay. So for those people playing along at home, you've got either the Ace of Diamonds or the Jack of Hearts. I'm totally taking the Jack of Hearts.
Oh,
That's all right. Don't worry. Nothing to see here.
I was.
I've gone all in as well. And I can do the thing. So I'm going to go 1, 2, which means I've claimed that, and that. And then I got a third one. But now I've messed up this. I'm going to have to branch off in order to get that. Which I can. So yeah, let's use one of these towns. Let's just zoom in on my board. So I've used one of my towns to allow me to branch off, and I've got an extra build. So I've got 2 extra builds. So I go there and there.
I connected to that town from 2 different directions. Do I cross it off twice?
No, just the first time you connect to a town, you cross it off.
Right. So I've circled one that I shouldn't. 'Cause I've only connected to-
You are connected to 2, so you're
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, because you start off with 1.
Start off with one.
Oh, right.
So what that's done is it's got me that, which got me the fort. It's also got me that, which is that.
And one more.
And I've also done a cattle.
Yeah.
So I have crossed that one.
But this gold down here, I'm not likely to get this gold now unless I do some more branching off or something.
Yeah, you would struggle to complete everything in a whole game. In fact,
Yeah.
I'd go so far as to say it's probably impossible to complete
To-
everything
yeah.
in one game.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the really good things about the game is that you
Got options.
you go down a certain path and
Yeah.
then when you haven't completed everything you want to do, so next game you can say, oh, next time
I'll
go
try
for
something else.
something
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
We all done?
Yeah.
Right, back to me. So we've got the 10 of spades, the ace of clubs, and the queen of clubs. No jack. So, and I've done this. Sorry, I did this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did anybody else do this objective that turn?
No.
Right. So I get the 10, and you two have to cross off the 10
That's right.
because you cannot do that now. Right. I know what I want, and it's spades. So I'm going to choose 10 of spades. And from spades, I'm going to go, and I'm going to use another town. Oh, I'm not at town. I can't cross off a town if I don't have a town. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I think what I've done is I have done this casino.
Yeah.
So that goes there, and I've got 3 casinos, which was that goal. But also I've sorted that cattle out. That cattle is in a space on its own.
That's right.
So I've done this objective.
You've done that.
Done that one. Got three saloons.
Well done.
It's almost like he's played games before, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's obviously a mistake to not pick the jack there. For some reason I was thinking you wanted different numbers rather than the same ones.
Oh, what am I dithering? This shouldn't be that hard. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Right. We all done?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Pete.
Okay.
So this is the last turn for the second round. Come on, 10.
2. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
King.
So, those people playing along at home, you have the Queen of Hearts or the Ace of Spades.
Any Motorhead fans out there? There's only one choice.
I'm going to take... I'm going to take Hearts. So it's Queen. I'm going to build one to there, which connects that town. Two, 3, which is another gold. So I got me 4 gold. Time to open a bank.
Pete, just to remind you, this goal was completed, so you need to cross off.
Cross off the 10 saloons.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Okay.
I've done the 5 saloons.
Okay. Well, three saloons for 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so you circle the 5 points on objective number 1.
Now I completed my completed my first saloon, but after that was done, so did I? I don't circle it in retrospect. I circle the next one.
Correct.
You've done it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, at the end of a round, if you haven't circled a saloon,
You
should
cross it off. Right. Okay. So scoring poker hands. I've got 3 of a kind, which is 3, but I doubled, so I get 6.
Yeah, I've been unlucky this time. I've got 1 pair double.
1 pair, so it's doubled. And Pete, you've got
I've got my straight 10 Jack Queen King Ace.
nice.
5
So
points.
that's 5 points doubled.
doubled to
You get 10. Nice. And in terms of objectives, so you've not got either of them. You've got the saloon 1, and none of us have got the 6 towns yet.
You must have not circled the next saloon then, if you've got 3.
Thank you. That's a good point.
Right, halfway through the game.
Halfway through, yeah.
Already.
Pete, I think it's you.
No, I was last time.
Was it?
Oh, I didn't need it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. So it must be you.
I did
I
the last
think
one.
you took the one you did, didn't you? The 10, was it?
I took the king.
Or the
Have
king?
we done some? What have we done wrong? Can I not count properly? Because we've got 10 turns.
Yeah.
So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So it should be me.
So it should be you.
Yeah.
But if Pete just went, what have we missed?
Pretty sure Pete just went.
Must have missed you at some point, or
Did we miss me?
must have missed someone.
Sure you-
Anybody watching, let us know what we've done wrong.
Yeah.
Has somebody missed a turn?
Doesn't make a huge difference. You've all got the right number of cards.
We've all got the right
so
number of
that's
cards.
the most important
Yeah,
part.
Loki's coming to join us and sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody watching live knows why we missed, let us know. But if Rob, you want to take your turn,
All right.
and then when somebody in the chat tells us which one we missed out, we'll just do that
I'll
one.
answer that person. Or,
Hey Loki, you're playing poker.
again, I don't think it matters, does it? They're all.
They're all clubs. We've
They're
got
all
Jack,
clubs.
Queen, Ace.
I'll take the ace of clubs.
So what you're left with is the Jack of Clubs or the Queen of Clubs. Nobody's saying anything in the chat, so maybe nobody's missed that we missed something. We must have missed something. I'll take the Queen of Clubs. So clubs. Right. Now then. Let's go. I need to get these met, don't I? At some point. At a town, I need these 2 things to join up.
Yeah, the only sort of central town you really
There.
have is there, yeah. Well, there's a couple of central towns, but
Yeah,
those 2 stations, that's probably a best
that's the
bet.
one. Or that one. We could get all the way over there.
You could do.
That might work. So I'm building 3. 1, 2, 3, which is not a bank yet. Right. Everyone done? Everybody built their 3?
Yeah.
So my go. 10 of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, Jack of hearts. Well, I kind of want hearts for that. So, what's going on with diamonds up here? Do I want the diamonds? Yeah, actually, I'm going to take diamonds. So I'm going to take the Jack of diamonds. So you're left with at home the 10 of diamonds or the Jack of hearts.
So if I've connected to a town from diamonds, I can't connect to the same town from diamonds again.
There would be no benefit to doing that.
It doesn't increase my network.
No.
It's still just one
No,
town.
you count the number of towns within the network. So
Okay.
here you've got 2 in the network
Yeah.
because this one is just shared between the network. Those 2.
I got 3 from diamonds. So let's go 1, 2. Now getting 4 around a fort is quite tricky, isn't it? So I go 3, and that's cut off this cattle. Or not cut them off, giving them their own pasture.
They can roam safely.
Yeah.
Going to a city gives you an extra turn.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I missed one earlier, but I won't worry about
You are connected to 4. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So
So you do need to circle another one.
one.
I only
it. So,
got one
oh,
town.
right, okay.
And you're not connected to this one, are you? Because you scribbled that
No,
out.
that's right. Yeah. It's a very messy scoring sheet.
Actually, no. If I
Oh,
do,
that requires a branch. So, but I now get a bank. The bank is 2 times number of coins.
There you go, yeah. So you can cross up to
Cross
4
up to
goals.
4 gold.
Now you don't have to. You could do less, and then if you
Oh,
plan
because they're
to-
worth more later.
Yeah, they're worth 2, then
So
3, then
it's
4.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
It used to be 1, 2, 3,
That's
but
right.
they've been boosted.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, I'll properly cross out the first 2 to get 2 points.
Yep. So you write the 2 within
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry, it's because it's 2 times.
Four.
So it should be
2 is
4.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Because I've got another bank, then I can cross the next
Cross the
one.
next line
Mhm.
off. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Done?
Yeah.
Hey, you'll go. We've got Ace of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, King of Diamonds.
did you write in your
the missed one. You.
whichever one you used?
I used
It would have been the top 3, but not the 10.
Jack of Diamonds, I think.
Yeah, both jacks. So must have been a jack.
It wasn't hearts. Apologies.
So
Okay.
playing along at home, you've got the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds.
Ace of Spades and Ace of Diamonds. Well, I'll take an ace.
The diamonds.
And okay, so I'm going to take spades. I'm going to use a city ability to build a bridge. So I've got 4 builds. That's one of them.
Mhm.
Which means I can't branch off. Can I use more than one town ability
Yeah.
on a turn? Okay, so I could now use the other town to branch off and get an extra build.
Mhm.
I could, but I could also just have 3 more along here. Let's have 3 more along here.
Remember, you can't extend from
Oh, you can't extend from a town.
once it's at a town.
Right,
it's out.
okay. Yeah, he did say. And I can't branch out. I'd have to start another one off here. That's fine.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
yeah.
fine. let's go up here. So 1. Yeah, there's options, isn't there? There's lots of options. 2, 3, which is another gold mine, which is another one of those. We all done?
Yeah.
And that was Pete's go, I think.
Yes.
Rob.
King of clubs. Queen of hearts. Jack of spades. Oh, that's not good. Now, I suppose I could take a jack to get 2 pair, couldn't I? But that leaves me with this one, which I didn't really want.
If you really don't want a suit, you can change the suit using a town
Yeah.
ability.
Ah, okay.
It's quite costly, but
Yeah.
depends how much you really don't want it.
See, if I take a jack, that would give me 2 pairs straight away, which is good.
Better than nothing.
So I think I'll take the jack.
Okay.
I'm not really looking at what other people have got on there.
So at home you have King of Clubs and the Queen of Hearts. Well, I'm going to take the King. And it's clubs unless I want to change it.
So if I've got 3 rails, can I split them? Can I put 2 in one place and 1 in another?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebuild.
So clubs, if I want clubs. I do want clubs. And we are almost 3/4 of the way through. So, go on. I'm going to build there. Then I'm going to build there and there. So I've linked another town. And I've got a bank. And I'm going to put all 4 gold into the bank. So it's 4 times 2 is 8.
Forget to write your jack.
Yeah. Thanks.
Everyone done?
Yep.
Right, so the last turn, 3rd round, and we're looking for a 10. Queen of Diamonds, not a 10. Queen of Spades, not a 10. And a King of Hearts, not a 10. Okay, so I'm getting a pair for my poker hand this turn, but where do I want to build from? Clubs. No clubs. Right, change of plan. Let's build from diamonds. So I'm going to take... Oh, I know I should be looking at these 2. So you've got... So a king for you would be good. Because 3 of a kind is better than 2 pairs. But only just. What about Rob?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. So... Yeah, that's fine. I'll take the Queen of Diamonds. So playing along at home, you've got the Queen of Spades or the King of Hearts. I've got the Queen. And I've got diamonds. So from diamonds, I'm going to go 1, 2, which is 2nd fort. Up there, which is a gold. You can tell us at the end what a good score is. But the first time you play this, you don't really know what you're doing. You're just kind of exploring the game and seeing the possibilities.
There is a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, I can imagine. Monica's joined in, but her laptop's not able to load the... yeah, you need to get a new laptop, Monica. You 2 done?
Yeah.
Right, poker hands. I have a pair of queens worth 1 point doubled to 2.
3 kings worth 3 points.
Yep, doubled to 6. And Rob, you got a full
2 pairs.
2 pairs, which is 2
4
doubled to 2 pairs
Oh,
is 2.
sorry, it's only 2, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ah,
full house is full.
Oh.
Okay, last round.
That's round.
Last round. Oh,
That's where
there's
you
a card.
realise that
So 5 turns left.
not enough
there's
time
not
to go.
enough turns in the game yet to do everything you want to do.
Yeah, I've got a grand master plan of connecting everything up. Something's going to happen.
Who was first?
That
You-
was me. I just chose.
You just chose.
So it's Pete next.
Hmm.
So you got the Jack of Spades or the Queen of Spades.
Right. So
Jack of Spades or the Queen of Spades. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we did something wrong here. I can see where I went first. I think we missed Rob being the start player at some point. Never mind.
I've got 6 cities. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, looks like it.
I'm going to take Queen of Spades. So, Spades. One, two, three. Should have taken a shortcut. Yeah, definitely should have taken a shortcut.
You can only take a shortcut across an empty
Across an
hex
empty hex, I would
anyway,
have thought so, yeah. Okay, we're all done. Rob?
Sorry, just like that.
Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, or Queen of Clubs?
Wow.
Oh yeah, so Rob, you connected to 6 towns, didn't you?
You
So
did 6 towns?
Everyone else has to cross off.
So we can't
Yeah.
get the 10 for that now.
Yeah.
Now that 6 towns, does that include the one that you've got to start with or not?
No,
Right.
it's connecting to 6 towns.
Connecting
after
to
that.
6 towns, which is what? Yeah. Just check mine. I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Master plan. Oh well, let's go with the master plan. I'll take the queen.
So at home, you have a choice of the Ace of Clubs or the Ace of Diamonds.
Gives you guys more options, I guess.
I'm going to take Clubs. And 2, 3, which is another gold. Gold. Show a bit of my board. That's how we're looking at the moment. So to branch off, you need to have used, I
I
think,
do.
and you get an extra 1 build.
Right.
Okay, right.
I think I've got the 3.
3 saloons.
3 edges covered by 2 suits
1, 2, 3.
on the same
3
time.
saloons.
Okay,
yeah.
so 5 points.
Yeah, so circle the 5
All right.
for
Okay.
the sheriff objective.
So any number of people can get the 5.
Right. So, Jack of Diamonds, 10 of Diamonds, King of Clubs.
Since you're getting to the last few turns,
Yeah.
I should just remind you that there's no reason not to use all your towns because it gets you extra tracks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if you don't use the ability, you can still just use it for
Good
extra
point.
tracks.
Good point.
Counting towards these 6 is the one that we started with. Does
No.
that count?
You got to build links to 6 towns.
Also, it's when you use it, not when you reach the town that you get the extra track lay.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I've been doing
So
it.
I'm going to take King of Clubs. So what you're left with is the 10 of Diamonds or the Jack of Diamonds. I'm building 3 from clubs. But I might make it full. I'm going to use a town to branch off. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm using a town to branch off, but not actually branching off. To go there. Do I use another one? How many turns have we got left? 2 turns. No, I'm going to use another one just to get an extra bonus build and branch off there. So that's surrounded another one of those. Cattle. So I need to check this, but this cattle here is in a very large pasture on its own.
Oh yeah,
All of that.
one of the largest pastures
Yeah.
I've seen, but very nice.
There you go. So that's that one. And I have linked that with that. So I've got it's 3. No, it's still only 2 towns,
Still
isn't
only
it?
2, yeah.
It's 2 towns. That one and that one that are in the same network. So I need to link some more towns to that network or this one for it to be any good. Right. Are we all done? Hey,
2 more turns.
2 more turns. Queen of Hearts, 10 of Spades, Ace of Hearts. Which one do you want? Aiden's come back. We've redesigned the game while you've been away. We've got a completely new game.
Yep.
It's in space. It's
Don't
got
worry
bananas.
Don't worry about the artwork.
Yeah, don't worry about
It's
that.
not like that costs any money.
You're taking the Queen of Hearts. So at home, you have either the 10 of Spades or the Ace of Hearts. Oh, do I go for it? Oh, it depends where I want to build. No, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take the 10 of Spades. So Spades.
So I use one
1,
of these.
2, 3. So that's
Extra build.
another one of them. And another one of them.
No, how do banks work?
So as soon as you surround a bank,
Yeah.
you may cross off up to 4 gold. And then because you crossed 4, you times it by 2 and you write that number there. So you've got 8.
Can I use one of these without good cause? Can I just say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get the extra
If you
build.
just want the extra track, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Do I get an extra one for joining that to
No.
twice? No. Just once.
How many times have I joined? Oh, I've just yeah. So I've joined 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then this one here. But that's not part of the
connected,
network.
No, it's not part of the network.
But the only way I can make this one part of the network is by connecting that to here,
Yeah.
or connecting that to there.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. You can only connect because that's like a lot of rail games.
Mm.
Is that you can't join in the middle of the countryside. Only at Warrington. We all
And
done?
you've got one more turn, isn't it? So
One more turn to do it. So it's possible.
it's possible. Yeah.
It's absolutely possible.
Yeah.
I just build 3 from there and
Do you have a town? You do have a town free as well. So
Yeah. okay, Rob, last turn of the game.
Right.
10 of clubs, King of Spades, Queen of Diamonds.
If I take the queen, that's 2 pair for me. Otherwise, nothing. I think. And I can't. I'm not going to achieve my goals by taking the queens. That's the one. What's the one thing? Yeah. I'll connect these 2 up. If I do that, I mean, this is better, I think. But I need a split, which I don't have. So that was a mistake doing that last time, I think. Can I? Well, it's too late now to undo it, isn't it? But
Mm.
Yeah.
You could come from, if you really wanted it, you could come from here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, just to surround that
Mm-hmm.
on a third side. Yep.
Yeah.
Without branching off.
Gains me a bit, I suppose.
But then you don't have a heart to choose from.
No.
That's true. tricky last turn decisions.
I suppose if I block this off, just that one tile, I'll isolate those two. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, that one's already isolated, isn't it?
No, because
No,
this one's
that's
these
actually
don't
not
exist.
Oh, those don't exist.
No.
Okay.
I think I've messed up with the network thing, so I'll take this one.
So for those people at home, you've got either the 10 of clubs or the Queen of Diamonds. I'm taking the 10 of clubs, and I'm going to use that to branch off. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and the bonus one, which just gets me another town in the network. But because I've got all 3 of those ticked, I'm hoping that's
Mhm.
going to be worth some points.
Very nice.
I'm always concerned by games with a fixed map about the replayability. I have no concerns with the replayability of this.
Good.
Because as you said, there's so many different options and there's so many different routes
There's
to take.
all this unexplored.
Well,
space
exactly.
up
I've
here.
not used any of this at all.
Need to.
I'm glad I got 2 forts because forts seemed quite hard to do.
Mm.
And again, you're going to be driven by the goals. The only reason I went for that fort is because
The 2 buildings.
the
with
2
one.
building, it
Yeah.
was worth the extra points to do it. So, okay, Solar Rails is going to be so it's a combination of Solar Storm,
Yeah.
and Pioneer Rails. There you go. Why design new games when you just take 2 existing games,
Mash them together.
mash them together,
Yeah.
sorted? There you go.
Really messed up, but nothing.
You
What was
can't
it?
extend once you
Oh,
get to a
right.
thing. It terminates. Once you get to a
It wasn't worth anything, but yes, there's nothing else to do. I think that I can get points from this.
Right. So let's go in on my board and let's do my scoring. So first of all, my poker hand is a pair, and it's not doubled, so that's 1 point.
Mhm.
So
Pair doubled.
you got a pair doubled.
2.
Right. So if we do my end of game scoring, I have 8. Then I've got 17 points for my poker hands.
Yeah.
Right. Then my gold, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice and simple. My banks is 8. My forts is 12. My cows is 12.
Just double check your cows because quite often you can
Okay.
miss some which have been
So
sectioned.
this is times 5.
Yep.
Multiplied by the number of towns in my network, which is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
So 20.
Yep.
And then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And then I got 20 for this, which goes here.
Yep.
And then we add them all up.
That's right.
So I got 7, 15, 30, 42, 62, 67, 87, 97, 104.
Yeah, so I got 18 points for hands. Got 6 points for gold. And I think I got 4 points.
You got 7 points for gold, haven't you?
7.
You got 7 circled.
Right, can't count. 7 points of gold. 4 points for
Bank.
ticked off bank things. Yeah.
Mhm.
4 points for a fort.
Yep.
I think I've got 5 cows.
Just double check them.
There's 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
5. And none on this side.
That's right.
Okay, 5 cows.
And I've got 1 track tile crossed off.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, my networks didn't join up. So it's this network and this network.
It's your biggest network of
Yeah,
towns.
and it's
biggest
just-
one, yeah.
I've got 3 towns in them.
So 3 times 3 is 9.
Actually, it's this network isn't joined as either, but it's still got 3 towns in it, so it's 9
Yeah.
points. And I get
1 for each town.
7.
Yep.
Yep.
And then and these points,
You got
you've
15.
those, yeah.
15.
Goes in that box there.
Oh, okay,
That's it. And then you just add them up.
right.
So Pete, you
So-
did all 3 objectives.
33,
I did, yeah.
40.
Just making sure I've got this right. So I've got all 3 of my rail heads.
So you got the rail there, rail there, and rail there.
Yeah.
So your biggest network of towns
Is
is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Very nice.
okay. So this is connected to this.
Yeah.
Oh, so that came down here, went to there, then it branched off over there.
Yeah.
And then that one came from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So 6 times 5.
Yeah.
So 30 points.
Very good.
It's got to be a lot of points for that.
1,
hasn't it?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is
Eight.
that 8 points?
Yep.
Okay.
And then 15 for your objectives, which goes there. And you did very well on the poker hands as
Oh,
well.
yeah, very well.
And then we'd add them up.
Okay. 36. 66.
126.
Very good.
That seems like a good score.
It's a great
Yeah.
score.
That is a good score.
Yeah.
So Pete wins with 126, 104,
Well done.
76. It's all our first game, so it doesn't count.
yeah.
It only counts if you win.
I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Yeah, 126. So that is a good score, is
That's
it?
a very good score.
That's
yeah.
a very good score.
Yeah.
Is that a good score for his first game, or is that just a very good
That's
score?
about the score I would get.
Well, there we
playing the
go.
game, Yeah, 120 is about sort of my average. So,
Right.
Yeah, very, very good score.
Well, I need to retire now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. One game done.
Undefeated.
Yeah. But yeah, 27 points for the poker hand seems good. Because you got 2 10s there.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So what's that? 2 straights doubled.
hmm
Yeah. But 30 points for that seems quite hard to do.
Yes. The
Did you-
networks are the hardest to do, but they can be the most rewarding
Yeah.
if you manage to do it.
Right, cool. Just very quickly then, show us the other board.
Yeah.
Keep it there and we'll have a look at it.
Okay. So
Core rules are the same, presumably.
the core rules are the same. You've got 3 different features, or well, the four different features, I suppose. But some of them are reusing the existing features. So the brand new features are jails and bandits. So this is similar to gold and
Banks. Right.
but you need to have the jail before.
Before the bandits.
the
Right,
bandits.
okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, jails are completed with three tracks. Bandits are completed with 2 tracks, but you must complete them on 1 turn. Otherwise, the bandits get
Run away.
spooked and run away.
Right, nice.
And then you're going to get negative points
Okay.
for them. And the higher jails you unlock, the more potential for points you have. So you have to fill in the jails left to right.
Right.
But if you manage to get you can start with any of the jails. So you can start with this jail as your first jail.
Okay.
Well, you start with 1 automatically completed, but they'll only get you 1 point for each bandit.
Right.
But yeah, if you start working on this jail, you have the potential to get loads more points. And this is an addition, so you add all of these up
Right,
rather
okay.
than leftmost.
Did that wrong.
Forts, whereas forts usually need 4 tracks to complete.
Yeah.
Instead, you've got a question mark. And what that
Okay.
means is you just get 2 points for every side of a fort you've completed.
When you choose to complete it.
You don't even complete it. Like you could
Oh,
go across
right.
it once and get 2 points, or you
Right.
could surround it with 5.
So that's an end of game scoring, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The cattle works the same, the networks work the same,
Yep.
and so do the towns.
Right.
But you have the saloons as a little bit different. So again, saloons you still complete with 2 sides, but you choose 1 value,
Right.
and then for that hand and for the rest of the game, you get plus 1 point for every time that value is
Right.
in your poker hand.
Okay.
Which is really interesting because if you circle 10s early on, you really want to start grabbing 10s throughout the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool. And is there a stretch goal to unlock a second map of this?
there
One?
is, but that's a secret.
It's a secret one,
Yeah,
so don't tell anybody.
anyone.
Okay,
about
we
that
won't
one,
tell you anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right, well that's it. We're everything except Pete's done a recount and he's
Because
3 points off.
Yeah, because I gave myself 15,
Ah,
but I'd
not
only
12.
circled the 12, so I took 3 points off.
Okay, so still 123.
Nah,
Still-
terrible score now.
Still awful score. Yeah, never going to win. Right, thank you very much, Simon, for teaching us how to play. Just remind me, there are 4 goals of each type. Is that right?
Yes, there are. Yeah.
So 12 in total, four of each type.
Again, we're planning to unlock more through stretch goals as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
cool.
hope to have 5 for each type.
Thank you very much to you two for joining me, and thank you to everybody for watching. I hope this video has helped you decide whether you wanted to back the game or not. A few people said they were going to watch this who've already backed the game, that's fine.
That's fine.
And again, thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for helping fund the channel, and I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know if you've been playing along. Tom says he's been playing along. So Mindy got 71. Tom got 100. So around 100. And if you have been playing along at home and you're watching this back afterwards, just leave me a comment and let me know how well you scored.
And it's a little bit harder when you're playing along because you don't have the choice.
You
as a
don't
dealer.
have the choice. Yeah, okay. So your scores are different from the scores that we got. And yeah, at some point we missed a turn earlier on. So we can watch that back and find out where it was, but we got out of sequence about halfway through the game. You can avoid doing that, I think, by the person who takes the card, put it in front of them.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that happens is they put it there. And that way you remember whose turn it was.
Yeah. There's a few other alternate sort of modes as well in the game. So
Oh,
we have
right,
these,
okay.
These Joker cards.
Joker cards.
So Jokers get shuffled into a deck. So you actually, this is Matt and Jeff.
Right, okay.
When the Joker comes out, it counts as a wild value,
Right.
but it also counts as two of the suits.
Yeah.
Actually, these suits, they're not listed on here on this prototype, but they are.
They are in the
game.
final version.
Um,
So when you take that, you choose what it is when you write it in here,
You write
or
a
do
star.
you write a star, and then it can be anything.
yeah, and it can also be two of the suits. So this one's diamonds and hearts.
Wow. Okay.
So quite powerful, but you're going to do it once per game. So
Okay.
if it comes out later on,
Oh, you just can't choose it.
you just can't choose it. So if someone
Okay.
takes for 10, for example,
You're stuck.
you're stuck with
Okay.
that one.
Right.
That's how the Jokers work.
Yeah.
And then there's an advanced hand rule as well, where at the start of each round, you are dealt one card face down,
Mhm.
and that is your final card for the round. So
Okay.
your fifth card for the round will be
Is that?
this
So you're
one.
allowed to look at it.
You're allowed to look at it, yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
you can plan
Build
ahead
towards it.
to your poker hand and your map. as well.
Right. Okay.
The secret, yeah.
It's
This is secret. Yeah. So you're so you don't deal out the cards there for that for that
For
turn
the final
of that
round,
round.
you don't deal
You
out
just
cards,
you
right?
just all reveal and then you do your thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Bit more
Yeah.
like poker than having a secret card.
Yeah, a bit more like Texas Hold'em or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And for the people on the Patreon Slack channel, take a picture of your board and post it just so we can check your scores and make sure you're not cheating. No, I don't mean it. Just so we can have a look at it and see how you did. Because what you said at the start is that you like to go into a game and say, right, in this game I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
And you can probably do that because all of these are possible from the 4 different places.
Mhm.
Some of them might be better from others than, but yeah, you could do that. You could say, right, in this game I'm just going to try and beat Pete's 30 points per network.
Yeah.
The thing that you probably don't have control over is the poker cards.
Yes. Yeah. So even where like I said in a game, are we guided by the goals? It doesn't always work out in the poker cards.
No.
So sometimes you can be going for something down in hearts, but then like you'll never get another heart for
Yeah.
the rest of that round.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of stuck to trying to do something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of replayability in there, not just because of the goals, but because the map is quite big, and you have to play the cards you dealt.
Yeah, because you two built a bridge over this side, didn't you? And you were expanding that network from diamonds down here.
I tried to.
Whereas I actually never explored this bit whatsoever because there's giant spiders. So I just ignored that bit and went other places. I noticed that there is more than 4 saloons as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So once you've got the 4 of them, there's no point getting the extra ones. Unless you're playing on that map, in which case there might be.
There's 5. Yeah.
There might be. Right, we are all done. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Thank you again, Simon. Thank you to you too.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.